Hey guys, Colbert here. Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Look at this. The Ultimate Deathknight hunt has just started and it's gonna go all the way to October 27th. So if you ever want to make an alt account, like a referral account, remember you can also get it on that account as well. So you can have a powerful ally to your champion in just 7 days of logging in. That's gonna be nice for referral accounts. Everybody's getting this free legendary. And we'll have a look at its skills. So far it seems that there's an issue loading all the skill icons and everything, but if we click on the actual Ultimate Deathknight, you can find him from the index as well. Here he is in all his glory, and there's Nibbles, by the way. Also, he looks really solid. Like, look at this, all gold armor. He really went for the legendary look. Look at that, he dropped it. He's not ready to be a legendary, but he is so proud. I am loving the design, and it sparkles. There's Nibbles. I saw Nibble. There he is, and he runs around and goes and sits. Oh, he just runs around him at all times, it seems, and it's a great addition to the look of the champion. Unfortunately, we cannot see the skills and how they look, but we can see what they do in terms of just having the skill. So we're gonna click through the index. Well, no, I don't want to buy a pack. I'm gonna click through the index so we can see Ultimate Deathknight. Look at him right there. Maybe it has now loaded. No, still not. The full stats when he is level 60. Here they are: 20,000 HP, 1,421 defense, and he's a defensive based legendary. There's also a promo code called DK Rises. If you go and do your promo codes, you'll get that. There's a ton of ascension materials that you get, plus brews, so you get that DK to level 50. I've done that already, and let's have a look at his skills. So it's not loading. It doesn't want to load the skill. So A1, Heckler of Legends, attacks one enemy, 30% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. This goes to 50%, and the chance goes to 75% against the legendary champions. I love this part because he really wants to be stronger than other legendaries. So this is a cool addition to provoke the legendary champions with a higher chance. And then we've got the A2, which is an AoE attack, 3-turn cooldown, decrease attack debuff for 2 turns at a 100% chance for a 50% debuff, and then goes to 100% chance also to place a fear debuff for 1 turn on each legendary champion. So really solid for control. If it's something you want to be doing, fear just has that 50% chance to make the enemy lose their turn, but they do not lose the cooldown of the skills. That's true fear that does that, by the way, just so you can remember. Then we got Get Comfy. Everyone plays a shield buff and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield buff is proportional to this champion's defense. This goes to become an amazing skill because it will be a big shield. I don't know the multipliers yet. I'm trying to find them for the shield, but it's still gonna be a big shield like Valkyrie has, and it's a solid cooldown, not a 3-turn duration though, so you cannot use him against Scarab for the Doom Tower unless you utilize some allies which extend the duration of shields. So you can definitely use Ultimate Deathknight. So Lonotharel, the champion that had a shield that provided him, he was like advertised to be a great one for the Scarab. I mean, we get a free Ultimate Deathknight now that does a very similar thing. You just need a extend duration of abilities champion as well, and we have one for free, and I think it's Valerie from either stage 1 or stage 2 of the campaign that you can farm alongside Ultimate Deathknight and do that. Definitely have that in mind if you're gonna go with something like that. So this looks like a very promising skill. Short cooldown when you fully book it out. It only needs 2 books. Then he does have 2 passives. Let's look at this one. Whenever an ally is attacked, 100% chance, too awesome to die, of completely blocking 1 hit. This has no cooldown, so he will always be doing this, decreasing the incoming damage to 0. This champion will receive the damage instead. The chance decreases to 50% if the attacker is a boss. Does not work if the attack on the ally was an AoE attack. Ooh. Whenever an enemy is healed, heals this champion by 20% of that heal. So that is cool. So you can recover some health through whatever means the enemies are healing. He'll be healing by 20% of that. So that is cool. The way that you can use this is against single target attacks. There's not that many by enemies, and especially bosses. This drops to a 50% chance, so you cannot use him to really make a clan boss team that will be consistent, because it's a 50% chance. But still, I think the other skills are useful, and this can be useful as a way to mitigate damage, almost like an ally protect buff for single target hits. Let's say for the clan boss, for the big stun attack that he does, he'll be able to at least mitigate that 50% of the time. It's something, but it's not consistent. That's the issue of me with this skill. This will be useful for arena defenses against those single target hitters, and you can actually use, I think, Perfect Veil to basically force single target attackers to be hitting one specific target. Let's say Duchess, if you have her, and when they're hitting Duchess, Ultimate Deathknight will be hit instead. And because he's defensive based, he'll have a very high mitigation of damage, so he will not be receiving all that damage. So already a very solid skill for defense in arena if you want to use that, but you need to have some sort of synergy, I would say, when you're building Ultimate Deathknight for your arena team. But remember, it does not block the ally your allies attacks from AoE attacks. So let's say a Trunda will still wreck your team, unfortunately. And then he has this: increases champion's HP, defense, and speed by 10% for each dead ally. So you can have up to 40 or 50% in the Hydra of extra speed. So that's insane. I would say the 40% is more realistic when you have 4 dead allies. 40% extra speed if you have him at 200 speed, if that's the way it works, and it doesn't go to his base speed, if it goes to his overall speed. So let's say he's at 200 speed, he'll get a 40% boost with 4 allies that are dead, and he'll become a 280 speed, which is insane. His defense will be boosted, his HP will be boosted. The bad thing is that he doesn't seem to have, you know, lots of damaging skills. So like a poison debuff that stops him from being a solo champion. But because he has this AoE attack, I wonder what kind of multipliers he has, and potentially having him as a champion that can solo some things, or maybe duo some things, as a way of having one champion which the single target damage will be mitigated onto Ultimate Deathknight, and then just Ultimate Deathknight will be the one that protects everything. But the problem is he'll need some sort of healing, and that's why they're giving us the regeneration sets with this guy. He also has a very solid aura of defense in all battles, boosted by 30%. So I think Ultimate Deathknight is a great one for being a free champion. They still have not loaded the skills. I don't know what's up with that. I think he is worth it to just log in, get him maxed out. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. Okay, it's slowly loading. I don't know if it's my connection. It's a very slow connection that I'm on right now. Remember, no electricity in my apartment, so I'm doing what I can, guys, to keep on pushing out the content for you guys. I just love the art right here, and I think we're gonna see some fun teams with him. He's gonna go well with duo setups, I believe, not just a solo setup. Duo setups maybe have 3 food champions, so you can have those champions instead. I'm starting to think of teams maybe for Spider as well, since he'll be basically taking the damage from the small spiders, the spiderlings. He'll be taking the damage instead. I wonder if the weak hits work in that, if he'll receive an attack that can be a strong hit, because this is a mitigated skill. I just trying to think of alternative teams right now, but I just want to get my hands on him and start building teams. And the helmet, by the way, does have nibbles there on the top with a small sword. I just noticed that. And yeah, Ultimate Deathknight is finally in the game. Check it out on your own. Think of sub teams and leave them down in the comments below. They're giving us a regeneration set, which is obvious. Their idea of the set that you can equip to Ultimate Deathknight. But I remember from the video that I made of the interview with Ultimate Deathknight that it was like, okay, use him with the gear that you equip on Necrit. And unfortunately, Pliam, we do not use regeneration gear on Necrit. We use either Stone Skin or a shield set or a bolster set. Not a regen set, but I get the idea behind it, because you need him to take the heals, since he'll be receiving that damage instead from the allies. This is the strongest thing that makes him so unique, and will be bringing some fun alternatives. The only problem is, remember, the 50% chance if the attacker is a boss, and also it doesn't work against AoE attacks. It will work, let's say, from the ice golems ads at the end of the run, where those are single target hitters, I believe. No, they do AoE attacks. The boss also does AoE attacks. The Fire Knight also does AoE attacks. The dragon does AoE attacks. The spider, the big spider does AoE attacks, but the small spiderlings do not. Those are single target ones. I think that's where he's gonna shine. And maybe, yeah, you can duo with him. And overall, he's gonna be just a great defensive champion. But I want to see his multipliers. I want to see the big shield. I want to see like a good multiplier on this one, and I'll be so happy with that. Okay, I just received the multipliers, and this is gonna be like a quick edit. Valkyrie has a 3 multiplier on her shield, which is great. I think this is for the shield, proportional to this champion's defense. We're gonna be building him with very, very high defense. So his skills have a 4 multiplier on the A2, which is very solid for an AoE attack. This will be defensive based. I want to see some big numbers coming out of this one. The shield has a 2.5 multiplier, so that's very, very solid in terms of, let's say, the defense you have. You're going to have an increased defense buff, ideally the increased defense aura, and you're going to use that for big shields. You can even use them probably in the Brogni setup with Krisk, with Lydia. You can try and make a clan boss team out of this one, but he's going to be there just for the mitigation of the big shield. He doesn't provide a counterattack buff, unfortunately, but still a very solid champion to have if you don't have anything else. This one will be tricky to speed tune on the clan boss because you'll be depending on dead allies. So usually when somebody is dead, it doesn't really help. But overall, this is going to be a fun one. His A1 has a 2 multiplier, I believe, and overall very solid champion. Can't wait to use him. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.